in this way, whatever we do, if we add Krishna, if we include Krishna in that activity, then that activity becomes valuable. Otherwise, everything is big zero, isn't it? You might have heard the story of Mahamurka. There was a king who was very influential, very rich, and very powerful, and he was not at all spiritually interested. One day, one sage came to tell him about the Krishna consciousness, but this fellow was not interested. So the sage went away, thinking that no, this king is not interested in spiritual knowledge now, but he is interested in growing his kingdom, becoming more and more rich, more and more powerful. So sage went back, but before going, the sage told this king that I'll give you an order. You do this, and you'll be benefited. What is that? Find a fool in the kingdom. Find the fool. He should be the best fool, and give him a stick, and he should go around the kingdom and give him some salary per month. The king said, okay, this is something very simple, we'll do that. So he called his soldiers and sent them all around the kingdom and said, bring the best fool. So they caught one person who was really fool. His hairs were disabled and he was speaking incoherent things and was very dull headed and pakka fool. So when he was brought, the king said, take this stick, keep roaming around the kingdom, and every month you'll get salary. Acha, I get salary just by doing this simple work. Okay, thank you. I'll do this. So he was doing this parikram of the city and he was getting a salary. He was happy. And meantime, many years passed. The king also was becoming old and Kim became so sick that he was on the deathbed. So the king wanted to meet all his relatives and contacts. So everybody was coming and meeting. The king was expressing his remorse that I'll not stay longer. And he was crying, seeing his children and grandchildren and his relatives, kith and kin. And finally remembered, I met everybody, but one person I have not met. Call that fool. I have not met him. I also want to meet him. So when the fool was called, fool also came. And then the king met the fool and said, see, you have done good service all throughout your life. Now you can stop this service. You give this stick to another person. Okay. Like that. Because I'm going now and I want to see that no, you are also retired and then you also live a peaceful life. So the fool asked, where are you going? I'm going very, very far, the king said. Is it? How far? 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers, 1000 kilometers? No, no, very, very far. You can't even estimate the distance. Acha. Then you must go in a chariot, right? So get ready the chariot and then sufficient stock of food should be there so that you can travel long distance. No, no, I cannot carry any chariot. Is it? You can't carry. At least take one wife so that she can cook for you and then take help you. No, no, I can't carry wife also. Take some money, at least gold coins, so you can purchase something on the way. No, that's of no use. I can't purchase anything on the road. So it is difficult. So I'm not allowed to take anything. So, so we can't carry anything. So what kind of place is this? Oh, this is another life. I have to go to another life. So I don't know. Uh, the king said that. So that I also don't know where I'm going. So it's very difficult to understand, estimate. So, but am I ordered to use? You give it to another fool, and then you retire. So then the fool he took the stick and gave it in the king's hand, and the king was surprised and shocked. Said, "You are giving this to me? You think I'm a bigger fool?" Then the fool said, "Yes, I think you are the biggest fool because whole life you worked for kingdom. You made such a big kingdom. You have such a bank balance, wonderful, big, big bank balance you have. Now your treasure is full. You have so many wives, you have so many children, and you can't even take one person with them. Whole life you spent for something which you cannot carry and which will not help you at the time of death. So I think you're a fool." So then suddenly the king became aware what this fellow is telling is right. Fool, you're not speaking like a fool, you're speaking like an intelligent man. Who are you? Then the fool said, actually, you remember long, long ago one sage had come to meet you and he wanted to tell about spiritual life, but you are not interested. Then he gave the order to find a fool and give him salary, and you brought me. I am his disciple. He is my guru, my spiritual master, who saved me, who has opened my eyes, and who has given me the knowledge. That sage gave me the order, gave me the service to stay in this kingdom, act like a fool, and so that one day you will be able to give knowledge to the king. And that day has come now, my dear king. So as soon as king heard this, the he became enlightened. He became respectful. And immediately he said, "Oh, you have come to enlighten me at this time of need. I'm so grateful to you. Please tell me what I should do now. None of my relatives know what to do. They're all simply sitting and crying next to me. So if you can enlighten me, that will be good." So then the disciple of the sage, he spoke the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. We are all part and parcel of Krishna, eternal servants of Krishna. We have forgotten our original nature. And the goal of life is to reinstate ourselves in my original condition. What is that? Jivara Swarupa Krishna Nityadas. Eternal servant of Krishna, let me serve Krishna. How to do that? Then the disciple said, chanting the holy names of the Lord. By chanting the holy names, the pure holy names of the Lord, one can reinstate himself in his real position. The heart becomes free of all contaminations and Krishna Bhakti arises in the heart. So that is the only way in this Kali Yuga. So please chant the Hare Krishna mantra. So then the disciple initiated the king with the mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. And the king started chanting, and he spent his last moments of his life chanting the holy names and being initiated in the moment. So in this way, his life became perfect. So this story is very instructive because most of the population in this world is living like a fool. They are spending their life working hard for those things which will not help in their at the time of death, which will not come with them to the next life. So this is called foolishness. But an intelligent person, he invests his time in those things which will give him eternal time. In Bhagavatam second canto, it is said, Ayur harati vaipumsam udyanastan chayannaso tasya ritet kshanonita uttama shloka vartaya. By the rising and setting of the sun, one day is taken out from my life. But those devotees who are engaged in hearing Krishna Katha, they are not affected by the time. For them, time doesn't diminish, the time expands. They get eternal time. Because people who do materialistic activities, because they are caught up in the jaws of time or death. Time is death. And they are forced to take birth again and again in this material world. But those devotees who hear Krishna Katha, they become liberated from death and they go to Vaikuntha where there is no effect of time. So one should desire to go from this world to Vaikuntha world where there is no effect of time. So the devotees, they become liberated from the effects of time, but the non-devotees, they get entangled in the effects of time. So that's why one should indulge in Krishna Katha, chanting the holy name and hearing Krishna Katha, speaking Krishna Katha, thinking of Krishna. So these are the ways by which one can become Krishna conscious. So Narada Muni is enlightening these children in the topic of Krishna consciousness. Kim asat karma bhir bhaved. Why do you want to waste your time engaging in material activities? You have done it in your past life. Life after life, we have done this thing. Right? Eating, mating, sleeping, defending. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Every life, one got married, either in human species or animal species. Even animals have marriages. The bird heap, male and female birds, male and female dogs, they made, they produce. What is new in that? Right? What is new? Nothing is new. Everything is old only. Right? Old wine in a new bottle. That's all. Science ratification differs. There are 84 types, 84 lakh species, 84 lakh bottles. And same thing, eating, mating, sleeping, depending is filled in that. That's all. Pig may eat stool and be happy. Human may eat halwa and be happy. Right? The camel may eat thorny bushes and think I'm happy. I am blissful. So, eating, mating, sleeping, defending, one is going through in every life, in every species, but still, one is not tired of those desires. Mhm. But intelligent man, one who comes to this realization that sense gratification, kim asat karma virva, this sense gratification is useless. Material activities are useless. Pious activities are also useless. Because pious activities also keep us bound in this material world. So, what is the use? So, one should engage in Krishna conscious activities, spiritual activities. So, that is what is worth it. That's what is meaningful. So, in this way, Narada Muni is preaching to these children, and these children are gradually developing that awareness. Yes, what you're telling is right. Every life we have wasted in sense gratification. Now, by great fortune, we have got a guru like you, Narada. We'll follow you.